So, can we just talk about how old movie to video game adaptations were the absolutely most spectacular thing to ever hit the video game market ever? I was just watching the movie Robots with my son, and I just had a flashback to playing the old DS game and how absolutely phenomenal that was. That also reminded me of the Brother Bear game, which also was just as phenomenal. I still have, like, it's kind of a core memory, I guess. I loved games like those that take beloved movies and make games that don't spin off. Like, they're not their own stories, it's the same story. It's just made into a platform. And you know what makes me wish we had more of the same level type of thing? Because even if it reiterated the exact same story, I'd still play it. Like, when the Sonic movie came out, the Sonic live action movie, in my head, I was just imagining using movie Sonic as a new character. Like, maybe it would be a spin-off, of course, but I was imagining in my head, doing platforming, 2D side-scrolling platforming with a movie Sonic character, and having the electricity be a power. Kind of like how Drop Dash or Boost were new powers. I just imagined using electricity in a 2D side-scroller game for a movie Sonic. I wish they would do something similar nowadays with adding something to the movies by having there be a genuinely good game about them, instead of mediocre games at best about reiterated old topics like football games or soccer, sports games. Why don't we make actual new experiences instead of the same exact thing with just a number slapped on the end? I just looked them up, and wow, I'm being hit with like a breath of nostalgia because I'll share a link to it in the description or whatever, but like, I forgot about some of these, like Ant Bully. That was amazing. Apparently Charlotte's Web had a video game adaptation. This one called Barnyard. It's nostalgia. Oh, Bolt. That was amazing. I love that game. I never finished it, but that one was really, really good. It was a spin-off game, which was interesting. It's like you were in the movie, which wasn't, it wasn't bad. It was actually genuinely decent. I was confused at the beginning when I started playing it because, he had his powers. It was, like I said, old video game movies are just phenomenal. Or movie video games. On there was Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's movie video games. It's just nostalgia thinking back upon all of the video games that I've ever played and seeing how far we've come in terms of graphics, but not all that far in terms of gameplay. Like, we've regressed in story and gameplay, and like I said, I just wish we could have some of that back. There was a Winnie the Pooh game for the PS1. There was a Land Before Time game. There was let's see, Stuart Little. I love Stuart Little. Toy Story. There was so many old video games that were just the most amazing game experience that I've ever had at the time, because they replayed a story that I loved, And you know, that's something that I kind of miss. And even if it didn't replay it, it gave a story with a character that I loved, and the story itself was good. I can't remember anything else. But like I said, I found a list off all the video games based on movies, and I'm gonna put it in the description or comments or something. Because yeah, it's genuinely weird to me to think that we had all of this, and where we are now is, you know, in a mediocre state. It's not bad. Some games are genuinely good, like The Last Guardian. Oh, especially the story of Sonic Frontiers is S tier. You know, it's amazing. But it's just, you know, kind of in a stagnant state, and I feel that there's a turning point coming for video games, and I hope I get to be part of that wave. You know, I think that's all for now. Bye bye. Hope you liked the rant.